Ibach. I am the director for the Nebraska Department of Agriculture. Well, as Director of Agriculture, I work with Governor Heineman as a member of his cabinet, and I oversee the daily duties of the Nebraska Department of Agriculture. Being a farmer and rancher myself, it's a very exciting position for me because I get to be an advocate for the industry that I derive my main source of livelihood and the industry that I hope my children are a part of someday. The Department of Agriculture has a broad application for Nebraska citizens. If you're a consumer that lives in an urban area, you can count on the Nebraska Department of Agriculture and some of its regulatory programs to assure that your restaurants keep hot food hot and cold food cold so that you can be sure that you're having a safe product there. We also, when you go to the gas pump, the Department of Agriculture regulates those pumps and tests them to make sure that you get a gallon of gas for the gallon that you're paying for in price. We also regulate scales and make sure they're accurate. So when you go to the grocery store, if you buy a pound of lunch meat, well, you can be assured that you're getting a pound of value there as well. If you're going to a nursery, you can be, we inspect those to make sure that they don't have any pests or noxious weeds as part of those shipments that come into Nebraska. So for consumers, we have a broad range of applications. For a producer in Nebraska, we, by assuring consumers that they have safe and wholesome products, we're instilling confidence so that those consumers continue to show up and purchase Nebraska ag producers' products. And we also work to promote those products not only domestically and in our state, but also overseas as well. And then we also work to develop Nebraska agriculture. We work to find new and cutting-edge programs to inform producers about. We look for federal programs that they can be engaged and be a part of. And we also look for opportunities to work with the Department of Economic Development and communities to expand Nebraska agricultural's footprint in our rural communities as well as in our urban areas. Well, I think that Nebraska, we have a great environment here for agriculture. Our climate gives us warm and cold so that we can fend off some diseases during the winter that otherwise would become a problem in Nebraska, some plant diseases as well as animal diseases. And we also have a great natural resource set. We have some of the most fertile soils in the world. We have irrigation. We're the #1 irrigated state in the United States. And then we also are balanced because we also have a strong livestock industry. So when you look at our balance between our crops, our livestock, and the natural resources we have to be able to produce both of those, I think Nebraska is poised like no other state in the nation and maybe like no other area in the world to be able to take advantage of the world's need for food.